Renee, 99 days away from the U.S. men's national team kicking off against Paraguay at SoFi Stadium right behind me. And this is such an exciting time for this city, right? In fact, these very streets will be teeming with fans from all over the world. But with the privilege in hosting one of the biggest global sporting events also comes a pressure, not just to cultivate joy for the athletes and their fans, but to create a sense of safety and security for everyone who comes to L.A.
Lifelong soccer fan and Galaxy season ticket holder Aaron Levinson has always loved the game for its ability to bring people together.
It just connects me to my family, connects me to friends, and people I wouldn't meet otherwise.
Because of pricing, he hasn't bought tickets for the rapidly approaching World Cup. And while he wouldn't miss a chance to go to a game, he cannot ignore the backdrop of what's happening around the world.
If tickets fell in my lap or they came really cheap, I would definitely go to the games. I would, maybe the concern of safety might be on the back of my mind.
The World Cup will be one of the largest security operations ever conducted in North America.
Rick Crawford is a crisis management expert, and looking at the current geopolitical landscape, he says hosting a World Cup means security preparations must be elevated.
With the geopolitical issues that are going on globally and then here domestically at home, the threat level, we're in an increased level of threat.
But concerns have been raised by the 11 U.S. World Cup host cities, uncertain of when they'll receive their promised share of $625 million in federal security funding. Recently ousted Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem halted the disbursement of non-emergency FEMA grants during the partial government shutdown, saying the agency must prioritize disaster response. Her post on X reading in part, "The longer DHS goes without funding, the less prepared our nation will be for threats at the FIFA World Cup and America 250. Crawford says regardless of federal aid, host cities must prepare to the best of their capacities.
As I always say, is preparedness without politics. Preparedness should not be political. Communities have to prepare for major events and emergencies, whether federal funding is available or not. So something that actually has to happen. And unfortunately, until that gets solved, the event is still going to go on.
But both fans and experts have confidence in the local enforcement right here in Los Angeles.
It's a concern, but we have a great police force here in LA. LAPD is great, the sheriff's department's great, and they do a lot of counterterrorism training, I know. And so they're pretty up on it, and I know they've been preparing for this for a long time.
At the end of the day, safety at major events as local, police, fire, emergency management, hospitals have to build plans that work with the resources they already have. Funding certainly helps, but preparedness is really about discipline. Planning together, training together, and knowing exactly who's in charge when something happens.
A trust in the process and hope that with all eyes watching, the show that is the World Cup must go on.
Renee, SoFi Stadium will be 8 matches. That's 5 in the group play round, 2 in the round of 32, and 1 quarterfinal.
And speaking of those matches, Iran is slated for 2 World Cup matches right here at SoFi. But with the ongoing war in Iran, there are some concerns about that. What can you tell us about that?
Concerns and questions. Right now, there is uncertainty as to whether or not Iran will participate as one of the 48 nations in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And it's not just here locally, right, Renee? Mexico, another host nation, is also facing concerns after the disruption within their cartel and civil unrest. But I always revert back to what Crawford said, right? Preparedness should not be political as we get ready to turn our eyes towards the 2026 World Cup.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.